Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. On first down, it's Taylor. That one 28 yards on the ground. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, yeah. Backside guys, that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw is Jackson. Flush to his right. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Man, I got you. Check. Fresno.
Taylor. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
I got you.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Ready up. Check right 54. Let's go.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Here's J.K. Scott now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Davis now to return it. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz. And the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Set. Henry. Watch my 4. Right here, right here.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's got a man complete. Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
He's coming, double up.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the full 3 yards on 1st down.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got him.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Mike 42, Mike 42. What we got? What we got? What we got? Mike 42.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Here's 2nd and 8. Dancing to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, you know, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. On 1st down, Taylor. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, Cowboys! A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, watch the slant. Check.
2nd and 11. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. The Packers, as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Get ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
At the 23-yard line.
So after the loss of 2, here's 2nd and 12 from the 23.
Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. Mike's 54.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Going for Hurd on the deep ball. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is panic that emerges, you've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54.
Jackson from the shotgun. Open man is Hurd. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Taylor. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The end result, 21 yards.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
It should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson going up top. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
This pass finds its way to Williams. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Echo. Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Cut. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
2nd and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll set up to throw. Out to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Once more. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returnable here for Davis. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Stand up in.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Out.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Rush in. Check.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Check 3. He's coming. Watch the edge. Check 4. Watch the safety creep.
They run with Taylor. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Jackson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll run it with Jones. And now look at him go. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 87 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Now the try here for the point after. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Jackson to throw again. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield.
Good stuff. Keep doing that. Ready? Is that the ending? 54 Mike. I know he ain't got it.
Now flags will come in. I think jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Got an open man. It's Valdez Scantling. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Let's go. Let's do it.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. They'll go again to Jones. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And it's third down.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. 54. Line 54. And we got to get to the ball.
He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Fielded just inside the 20. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Brings up second and 8 at the 47-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Check safety, check safety. Check 9, check 9. Back. Look. Motion. Wide. Get wide. Shoot.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 22.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Give me that ball. Mike 42, check. Mike 42.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. Complete. It's Henry. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Tight right. 3
Here's Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
Buddy up! 54, right there. 54, Mike. That's it. Check. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
To throw is Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And his kick here is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Check. 55 to Mike. Here we go. Mike, 50. Check, 55, Mike. Let's go.
Second and long. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. And that'll make it third down. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Taken in at the 22. Sheds off the tackle. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check.
Taylor. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now in Arlington. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Again, he was looking for Davante Adams, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And it's a touch.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now Jackson on first down. He's going to air one out. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown one play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Check, check.
Second and 5. It's complete to Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. He'll look to throw. And that's complete to Adams. A little too much extracurricular there.
And yet,
two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's second and 8. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to go back to Moore there, but now it's third and goal. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They got to have 6 here. It's third and goal. They'll set up a throw. Being chased out left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chidobe with a pick. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
On first down, Taylor. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
The Cowboys on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. They Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Owens. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. We think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Watch the run, watch the run. Slam, 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 slam.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 5 out of 9 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Kill, kill, kill. 22, Jet, Bomber. 22, Jet, Bomber.
Now a give, right side. It's Taylor, and that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand some other time, but some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Jones looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.
Set, ready, let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
On 1st down, Taylor. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little